Buy over-the-counter tax deeds here today. We're talking about properties that you can buy simply by paying the back taxes owed. No mortgages, no hassle. This is amazing because you can go into county inventory, walk up to the counter or give them a call. They'll give you the list. These are properties you can go buy and flip quickly. This is important for anybody who wants to get into real estate or make money, because it's one of the best ways to get into real estate if you want to flip property or make money in real estate. For many of you tuning in, I know you might be caught in what one of my friends calls the learning loop of doom, which is you're an expert on YouTube content. You've watched hours, maybe for years. However, you haven't done a deal. Today, with the folks who are tuning in, some of you guys will buy some of these properties today. We're going to show you where some are right now that you can go and buy, but also we're going to teach you how to fish so that you can go and find these properties for yourselves. There are thousands of these properties sitting in county inventory right now. So what is an over-the-counter tax deed? Well, it's a property that didn't sell at the government tax foreclosure auction, and it is sitting in the inventory. And the cool thing is the county is often willing to take a loss on these properties just to get them back on the tax roll. Sometimes you can buy land for as little as $50. Sometimes there's apartment buildings worth hundreds of thousands of dollars that the county will just basically say, hey, come buy this thing, $5,000, but you have 60 days to fix it up, or 90 days. From there, you start, or the county can be collecting tax on it. So this is super important live stream to watch, because we're going to go through and do this here together. And this channel is dedicated to helping you make money in real estate through tax liens and deeds. And if you're frustrated with your job, if you're sick of inflation squeezing you, and basically sick of going to the restaurant and being nervous if you want to order the steak, then real estate can be your way out. For me, I did this 20 years ago. I was working on an oil rig, hating life, and tax liens and deeds are what changed my life. So today we're going to share with you where these deals are. Before we do so, I'm going to bring in my business partners here, Mr. Corey Chason in the beautiful shirt. Sun's out, guns out. Josh Blanchard, how you doing?
Hello, howdy.
Excellent. So we did a video here last week that tons of folks loved. We showed you where these over-the-counter properties were, and we're going to do it again. Every week, what we do is we show you where these properties are. And our goal with this channel and our site, taxlienschool.com, is to provide the most valuable free information to the tax lien and deed community, hands down unmatched. We have over 3,500 videos on this channel to help you get started. We give away everything. We give away all of our books in the description below to help you get started. And we do it all for free. Our goal is to give more value on our free stuff than what people charge for. And if you guys ever want to come join us at an auction, then we'll extend an invitation. That's our agenda for this. So Josh, why don't we just cut the fluff and show these guys some deals they can go for here today, starting now. But before we continue, I want to know who's here. Your name and the state you are in, because we tailor the content as we go. So Robert, good to see you here. And I see you watching. Who do we have with us? Let's get this stream going. Let's kick it up and let us know, because we'll tailor the content based on what you want to see as well. So let us know who is here in the house. Back to you, Josh. Let's find some deals.
Okay. Nice. Here's my screen. And today we're going to show you a lien list here with Maryland that we haven't actually shown before. And so it is such a short redemption period here. And so you could almost think of it as a tax deed, because once you get this lien, you will be able to foreclose right away. And so the redemption period in Maryland for property that doesn't have the owner in it, it's as quick as 6 months. And so a lot of these over-the-counters, you can actually start the foreclosure process right away. And let me show you this first one that I found here. This is Allegheny, Maryland. So all I did to find this website is go Allegheny, Maryland, over-the-counter liens. And you can see here that it was actually the third website right here, 2025 tax lien list, properties available, OTC. And so this is already in a spreadsheet format, ready to go. So I downloaded the spreadsheet and then I put it into Google Sheets. And then from there, you've got assessment already. So this is key. This is really helpful. It's really great that the county has given us this information already. Sometimes they give you none of this. They give you no legal description. It could just literally be a parcel and then an opening bid. But in this case, a lot of the work has actually already been done. And so we've got legal descriptions 1, 2, and 3. And then if it's a lot, we've got a little bit about the information here. And what I've then did is I added another little section here called profit spread. I wanted to see how much profit is in this deal. And so this is based against the county's assessed value, which could be low, it could be high. They could be saying that there's a property there and it's been burned down. We don't know. But this is to just kind of help me focus my attention and figure out exactly where I want to look. And so if I scroll down, you can see some of these are underwater. This one by about 16 grand. So opening bid is 22, assessment is 6, but I can scroll to the top and I can cherry pick the best deals here. So, I mean, this one is $899. This is available right now for anybody with an assessed value of almost 20 grand. And so if the assessed value is a bit light, this could be 24, 25, 30, but the opening bid is $899. And you potentially have the chance to multiply that 18 times for a profit of 18,702. And then, of course, for a little bit more money here, $8,185 is the opening bid, assessed value 41. And then if you got a little bit more capital to start with, we got 37,000 with an assessed value of 122,000. So a profit spread there of 85 grand. And so a lot of people ask us, how much money do I need to get started in this business? And I think that when we tell you that you really could do this for a couple $100, oftentimes, people don't believe us, but you can see here right now that these are over-the-counter tax liens that you could foreclose on in Allegheny, Maryland. We could find them right on Google. So this isn't any kind of information that's hidden. This is all public information. And you can see here for as little as, $486.45. You can get what looks like to be a lot that is worth $11,200. So that's wild. This is like a year. This is a year of Netflix right there. So if you don't have the capital set aside for this, you can save, and literally anybody can do this. It's just about actually pulling the trigger and taking action. But what we're going to do is we're going to review some of these. We're going to have a look. And so if you watched these videos before, you know that we'd like to use Regrid, which is a free app, a free program that we can use to look at the parcel map. So let's go ahead. Let's start with this top one here. Owned by GK Management LLC, so owned by a business. So for sure, the homeowner's not living in the property, so it's going to be 6-month redemption period. This is county held over the counter, so we're good to go. I'm going to go ahead, copy that parcel, and go Regrid.
Josh, if you could give the Google disclaimer about the names.
Definitely. Yeah, for the algorithm, all of this information is public record. This is public knowledge. We're not accessing any kind of private data. This isn't sensitive information. This is county held data, just the owner's name, their property address, things like that, parcel information. And then same thing with Regrid. None of this is private information so that we don't get this video suppressed. This is all public data. So we'll go ahead, we'll take that parcel number, because a lot of times people will say, I don't know where to put the parcel number. I don't know where to do it. And so Regrid is the best response to that. That's the best answer. And so, it's showing us something else. So immediately it's like, okay, what's going on there? And if that's the case, it may be that we need to actually just use the county's website, and the county may have these in a different format. There's been times that we actually need to add zeros or take away zeros, things like that. So on the fly, let's go ahead and dive in. Let's do Allegheny, Maryland. Let's do like parcel map or parcel search, because it could be a bit different. And once we find out what it is, what the difference is here for GIS, then we can go ahead and make the changes. So this is a pretty common thing. So we got some maps here. Let's see, what do we got? County mapping, perhaps. I just want a little bit of a search. GIS online mapping. Okay, we got permits. We just want to see a map. We've got this basic map here. Maps. Yeah, so we do want this. You don't want necessarily permits, but maybe this will get us in the right spot. There's been times too that we've done like over the counter in Pennsylvania, for instance, and whatever the county gives us, We just had to add like a .00 and then make some adjustments. All right, so it looks like this loaded. Let's try it here. Let's see if this brings up anything for us. So it's possible that the number that they've given us is something different than what we actually need. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try a second one here and see if we get different results. Rural BC. So there is a bit of a different mapping system here, which is great. And so if it was that simple that we just go ahead and take the parcel and throw it into regrid, usually that happens most of the time and it works well, but not in this instance, not in this instance. So let's go ahead and let's try Allegheny, Maryland, perhaps property search. This is another common one that I like to use when we're trying to do a little bit of due diligence because we do have some good deals here. So search the real property database, display property records. Again, public information. If we can put the property owner in here, that's going to help us narrow this down so that, again, we can discover, you know, is this good? Is this landlocked? We've sometimes seen something that has an assessed value of like $400,000 and it's a thin strip that runs for like 2 acres, you know, on a highway somewhere. And it wouldn't be the best deal. So we're going to go ahead, see if we can get this website open. At the same time, we've got this tax utility office user online service to search our property tax database. That can be helpful. Same thing with real estate tax bill.
Yo, Josh, can you riddle me or do me a favor and just try to add a 01 to the start when you paste that into
yeah. You got it cracked, eh?
Maybe. We'll see.
Okay.
If this works,
01
I'll look like a genius. Yeah. At the front.
Oh, at the front. All right, let's try 01.
Let me try the county side as well.
Searching. Whoa. GK management. That's it.
Oh, this is
you got
why
it.
It's the
You
dream.
got
I don't wear these shirts for nothing, you know.
Do you wanna walk us through how'd you solve the mystery there?
Yeah, so a quick way to do it is if you go back to that county map, like the county GS that you were on.
Let's see. I might have it here still. Okay,
yeah,
here we go.
Just zoom in. Just zoom into a property anywhere. You got just keep going.
Yeah, we'll get
I went into that Cumberland area, but maybe try Frostburg and see. Yeah, just keep zooming in until you see some properties, and then just click on one of them. And then I just counted the digits and noticed it was 2 digits short, and then I just saw that there was a 01 in front of all of it, and then so for whatever reason that 01 just must be across the board, so they don't put that in.
Right. So we could then just add it to our spreadsheet.
Add to all those.
Add it to all those.
You could just add a formula thing where it adds it pretty much to all of them, right?
I think so.
Exactly. Yeah. We could add a 01, and then
I feel like this is a great little interlude to share a super important lesson about this business and this game. So for you guys that are here, this is one of the reasons why a lot of folks get confused with tax lien and deed investing is you're going to get lists like this that we have on the screen right now. And our job and what we're here to do is to basically show you fishing ponds that have fish in them that you can just go take your net and scoop them out. But we also want to teach you how to fish so that next time you run across these situations, you'll remember like, oh yeah, the tall guy in the cool shirt said put 01 there. And it's those little things that can make a huge difference because most people will go and they won't figure it out. They won't see where the grid lines are and they'll probably get scared away. So one of the things we always say on these sessions is easy to find information is generally a waste of time and money because everybody can do it. You want this to be hard. You want it to be hard to find the information because it's going to be a gatekeeping operation to keep out a lot of people. And a lot of folks say to us, like, oh, if it's so good, why are you teaching it? Why are you showing everybody where all the deals are? Guys, there's 3,300 counties out there. We focus on a few of them for ourselves. We can't possibly go and buy everything. So we show you guys how to do it as well. And then we also break it down in the free book below, the ABCs of tax lien and deed investing, step by step, all of the questions, all of the property evaluations. This is what we use when we go to auctions for ourselves, and it is for free. And then from there in the description below, we have all of the tax deed directories here for you. So say you want to be in Georgia in Pike County, boom, phone numbers here. You can call them up. You can go straight to the website. We want to make sure you guys have all of the materials to get this going. So this is all for free below in the description, where you can download it for free. And we try to really hook you guys up. And then once again, our agenda is every month, we're going to auctions and we work with people one-on-one. So if you want to join us at one of these auctions, there's a link below. You can schedule a call. We can straight up show you where more properties are based on your budget and get you out of the learning loop of doom. And that's really what we're here to do, is to inspire you guys to take action, because it happens all the time where people watch these live streams and then they'll go buy the properties that we're showing. They'll do the research, they'll pick them up, they'll flip them. You'll see in the comments on these videos, folks all the time are saying they're buying these properties super cheap. So what we want you to do is take action. And an easy thing to do is to go and rewatch this video, follow along with us, pause it, and learn the lessons. Because if all you're doing, and no offense, is just watching content without taking action, it's pretty much a waste of time. You could use that to be you could be at the gym or doing something else. Action is what we're big on, and we really want to encourage you guys to do that. So there is a link down there below in the description if you want to check that out, or we have thousands of videos for everybody. So the stream is filling up. Let us know who is here. I just want to take a minute here and say hello to the lovely ladies and gentlemen who have joined us here today. What's happening, Robert, Yuri in Calgary? Good to see you. Addie in Colorado. Welcome, everybody. Welcome me only. I'm not sure if that is. Good stuff here. Kathleen, lost your house in Texas. We are sorry to hear about that. We're going to Texas all the time, and we show a lot of Texas training here as well. Let's see. We will come back to these questions. I just want to say hello to everybody who's here right now, and we will come back to the questions here. Let's see. Somebody who's saying they are in the house at 6'8". Oh, Dale, 6'8". Next to Corey. We all look short. One time I asked Corey if he'd ever met anybody taller than him. He didn't flinch and just said, no.
That's changed now, but
really? Oh, so sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
But regardless, guys, it's we're happy to see you here. So put your questions in the comments and we'll answer all the questions, but let us know where you're tuning in from. If you're watching the replay of this, let us know also where you're tuning in from. Any questions you have, we will answer your questions and help you out with everything we have. As I mentioned, our goal is to be the authority in tax liens and deeds. And then for the folks who just joined us here, if you are wondering real quick as far as where to find these properties, I'm going to show you on my screen right now just a county map that we have that's super simple. So here's a county map, and everything here in red is tax deed states. Okay, so anything in red is a tax deed state. They will have over the counter. Anything in green is tax liens. So to get to this, all you guys got to do, once again, our Tax Lien School has everything you need. You can click on the Tax Lien School Knowledge Vault here. And this is the #1 free resource for tax lien and deed investors worldwide, unmatched. We have thousands of articles. Say, for example, you want to find some of these in New Mexico or Kansas, just come here, click on it. It's going to tell you it's a tax deed state premium. But if you click on Kansas, you're going to get all of the information to go and do your research, along with the counties and links, videos, everything. So this is the handy online handbook to help you get going, and it is totally free. So for example, if you wanted to check out Jackson County, you would just click here. We have the details for all the counties. We have the sheets. We have the articles on all of this to help you start. So you can come and check this out at your own leisure afterwards, but that is where the tax deed counties are. And if you want, you can simply come and take a screenshot of this as well. Right now, anything in red is going to be a tax deed county. And from here, we straight up have auctions coming up. So for example, we have Portage County, Ohio tax deed auction happening Oop, that one just happened. But we have the details here as well for anybody. So use this free resource to get going. We built what we wish we had when we got started in this business. So these are all upcoming auctions. You can literally just go and cherry pick. The Florida auction is coming up. We will be going to that. Many of you guys will be joining us. But use this. It's a free resource. People pay sometimes $5,000, $10,000 for trainings from other people that we really just give everything away. So you guys can check that out. So Josh, let's go back. Let's find some of these properties that you can go and buy. But more so importantly, you have the information with these videos and on our site to go anywhere and really turn this into something you take seriously. You know, I always have this on my desk. Time's running out for all of us, and we never know how much time we have. So we might as well use it to make some money and to be able to give back and do the things that we want to do in our lives. And real estate is a great tool for that. So Josh, we'll go back to you here and let's show these guys some properties, some deals. And once again, we appreciate everybody tuning in as always.
Okay, nice. So we got now that we've got that 01 in there, we can go ahead and see that this is the parcel here, and it actually was sold. Last time it was sold was I think $168,000 or $169,000. Regrid is just loading it there. Yeah, I can come down 1.41 acres, and then last sale price, yeah, $169,231 in 2006. So it's appraised for 122 grand, and you can go ahead and pick this up for $37,313.98. And if you wanted to get a better idea of the area here, what we could do is just grab the closest address that we can find. And I'm looking right here. As I scroll and I move over parcels, you'll see that this address changes. So I've got this one. I could probably pull this up on Zillow. So that's 2151. I'm going to go ahead, take that, throw it in here. Maryland, see if that brings it up. I think this could be us. So I'm going to click off the screen on Zillow there, and I'm going to zoom in and see if this takes us to our spot. Let's see. I believe it is that. McMullen in Dorchester. Yeah, McMullen, and this must be Dorchester, I think. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so that's it. That got us there. So here's our parcel, and now I can just get an idea of the market there. You can see there's something on this. It's hard to say what it is. So a drive-by could help. Maybe it's got some value. They're giving it a value, I think, about $8,000. So maybe it's like a garage or something like that. But to find out what land sells for in the area, I'm going to go sold on Zillow, and then I'm going to remove everything else and just leave lots of land. And I'll go ahead and see what does land sell for in the area. 18K for 0.31, 20 grand for 0.69. What else we got? Maybe some stuff. Oh, I guess we're right on the border there for West Virginia. Going out, not seeing many pieces of land. What about for sale? We got 50 grand for 1.1 acres. What is it that we've got again? We've got 1.41. So maybe land here. Maybe, if you go on the 50 grand, maybe it could be north of 100 grand. Hard to say. I guess you'd want to talk to a realtor and see what's going on there. This is also, I think it's classified as commercial, but this is right there next to properties, next to houses. And so who knows, but it wouldn't be a bad idea talking to a realtor. You could also see what's going on here. But we do also have properties where the opening bid is much lower. So, after that, this one is looking good, $899. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to take that parcel number, going to put 01 in front of it. And there we go. So it looks like this is actually right next to somebody's house. So scrolling out. Yeah. So it's a property like that, for $899. It's very possible that the owner here would be interested in just simply increasing the lines of their lot. You could do seller financing, rent to own with them.
So you have someone on the left and the right.
Yeah, actually, exactly. Yeah, this is a corner lot there with the house on it. So you could market it to this individual, 11704 Vale, and you could also market it to the individual who lives here. $899. Not bad.
Nice. For anybody wondering what it's like to be dyslexic, I was reading Cheesecake Property.
Nice.
That's what I know I'm off. Like, that's so weird. And then I read it and it's,
So this one technically has a much higher assessed value. So this one we picked, opening bid $8,000, assessed $41,000. But when you look at it here, so this is the road and it's actually landlocked, right? And so, when a property is landlocked or a parcel is landlocked, it's going to require a bit more creative thinking. You're going to need to do a little bit more due diligence. And so even though this one is assessed at $19,600, I would prefer this one that has got an opening bid of $899 than this one, because even though it's got a higher assessed value, the exit strategy here, the options are much more limited. I mean, you're really going to have to sell it to, this homeowner or this homeowner, and if one of them doesn't want to do something, you're kind of stuck, right? Versus the other lot that we just looked at. I mean, you could still do something with it. You could build on it. You could sell it to a developer. There's a lot of different exit strategies if it doesn't pan out with either of the homeowners, on the left or right, where this one, you don't simply have that, you don't have that option. After that, we've got 2.31 acres for under $1,200. So pretty wild. Let's go ahead, throw that in there, see if it's landlocked or if it's not. Okay, we are getting, maybe we got to do something different now. 01, right? That's what I need to add. Oh,
yeah.
So you notice this one is different than the other ones. This is one less digit. So I wonder if we got to go like 001.
Just try 01. Might just
when
be.
I do 01, it brings us to
California. 001.
Yes, it's 001. Oh, I did 010. Rains Jennifer. Is that us? Yeah.
Nice.
Wild.
Nice.
That works.
Objective work.
Okay, this is a decent sized lot. And what you could do, because this is huge, right? The opening bid is $1,179. This is another one of those properties where really you would need this owner on board, 703 Rock Street. And so if this is owner occupied, we've mentioned this before, you could always talk to them and say that you're in negotiations with the county for this lot behind them, or that you have this lot under contract, and see if they're interested in increasing the lot size, because this is a huge lot. This is 2 acres, right? And so they could have all of this land behind them. You could even then approach this one as well, Poplar, right here, 417 Poplar. So you do have 2 options. And so a deal like this, even though it's landlocked, it's not a dead deal. There's certainly options here. And for the investment, it's such a low investment, right? $1,179. 2 acres, you could go ahead and say, hey, I'll seller finance it to you for $500 a month or $600 a month, for however many years, and you could get interest on that money as well. So just a really great way to get started in real estate. So again, it is landlocked, but it's not a done deal. And I would certainly consider talking to both of these owners. You could send the mail, you could skip trace their information and reach out to them, because they may very well be interested in increasing their lot size, because that is a huge piece of land for a low opening bid.
Nice. Josh, I'm wondering if we could change a bit of gear here. So Robert is saying, any chance you guys can show an example of the AI tool helping with comps? Since we're gearing up to get ready to go to Texas, what do you think about maybe we pull up the Texas list and then run some AI comps to show everybody here kind of how we're using AI to do a whole bunch of work?
We've got Philadelphia. We got Philadelphia coming up too.
Oh, nice.
Let's see, August 12th. I don't think I've got the list yet for Houston.
Oh, the list isn't out.
It about 3 weeks before the Tuesday, that's when the final list comes out. Yeah, because it was just fresh. But there might be, let me see, tax.
We could grab an address here for Philly. So basically every month we are going to at least 2 auctions, often Texas and Philly. They are excellent auctions. So for anybody who is interested in going to these auctions, you have to look at characteristics that make a good auction. So what are some characteristics that make a good auction? Corey, should I put you on the spot? Oh,
Sure can. Yeah. Well, properties that, or an auction that has, I guess, a city or a county that has not too many people, but not too little people. So for instance, if you have a huge county, it can be just more competition. So it's not that you can't get deals there. You just have to most likely come with more money. And so you have to be aware of that. But ultimately what we're looking for is counties that have a lot of properties, especially if we're flying into them. Like we're flying there, we're spending money on hotels, on flights, on food. And so if we fly there and there's 2 properties on the list and one of them gets redeemed, it's just not worth our effort. Now, if we lived in Houston and there were 4 properties, if there was like a county in Texas that had 4 properties going to the sale and we live close by, we would 100% go every month because you never know what you're going to get. But if you're traveling from out of state or out of town, it's good to have more properties on the list than not. And so that's another thing we look for as well.
Nice power tip from Corey.
Yeah.
So one of the things that often comes to mind, and by the way, guys, if you like this stuff, do us a favor, hit the thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, we help you get deals. We help you get cheap properties, tax liens, tax deeds, and we try to show you everything we possibly can. If you haven't done so already, the book's below in the description. You guys can grab that for free. It's our gift to you just for tuning in. It has all of the sheets, all of the questionnaires you need to go through to do this. And one of the questions we get a lot is, where should I go? You know, what auction? And always the answer is going to be, well, first off, are you interested in tax liens or tax deeds? Most of you guys are here because you're interested in tax deed property, which is very fun because you can get property that same day. You can flip it very quickly, which is awesome. However, don't discount where you live. You know, if you live in Texas or Georgia, great. You guys have tax deed auctions every single month, the first Tuesday of the month, which is awesome. If you live in Florida, there's monthly tax lien auctions online. These things are thousands of these auctions happening all the time. However, don't discount your backyard. And even if you live in a tax lien state, when it comes down to one of the simplest actions you can take, that is, you can go down to the county and ask for the list. This is an excellent opportunity to get your hands in the sandbox, to go see what's going on. For some reason, in real estate, one of the most upsetting things is folks will watch one of these videos and they'll go to an auction and then they won't get anything. Or, you know, maybe the properties get bid up. And then they're like, oh, I went to the auction and everything got bid up. This doesn't work. You know, they get upset. And I always give the example of, like, if you're a single guy in a bar and you walk up and ask talk to a girl and she holds up her hand and says, sorry, I'm married. And then you go home for the rest of your life and you say, oh, I don't talk to women because they're all married, right? So that's kind of the mentality, though, that a lot of people have when going to these auctions. They might attend one auction and maybe there's no properties that fit. And that's not the approach here. You have to stick to it. But the cool thing is many of you will get properties at your very first auction. I did. That's what changed my life. I went to my very first auction. Within 3 days of learning about this business, or 3 days of taking a seminar, I went and bought property. And that's actually one of the, I mentioned this on most of the streams, one of the biggest correlations in what determines your success. They call it speed of implementation. And I think it was Harvard or Yale did a study where they took the highest income earners, the most wealthy people, and the one characteristic they had in common was this. It was called speed of implementation. And that is the time correlated from when you learn about an idea or a concept to the time executed. So the people who are the most successful and the most wealthy were the ones who learn about something and immediately execute on it. Because when you execute, you get real world feedback, and it's called, I think in the Army, they call it the OODA loop. where you can orient, go back, and do it again. And that's what we want you guys to do. Go to the auction, learn, and then go to the next. And when you compare this to your job or anything like that, real estate can make you a whole bunch of money in this game. So we've been using a lot of AI to speed this up. So Josh has an AI booted here, and he's going to show you how we're using AI to save us so much time. And for the people who are going to start to use AI in this game, you're going to have such an advantage that it's absolutely insane. These AI agents can be working for you now, doing the work of a whole team with the push of a button, analyzing deals, analyzing properties. So we're going to change gears. We're going to pull some AI comps here. And once again, let us know who's here in the comments. We're going to get to some questions. We have Baron Trump here. Welcome, Baron. Hopefully you have some money to invest. Having some of that Trump money. So welcome, Marvin from Houston. Welcome from Seattle. Robert, thanks for the questions. Once again, Dale, welcome everybody. We appreciate everybody tuning in. And Josh, let's show these guys how to use some AI to speed this whole process up and make some money in this game.
Okay, nice. So we do have properties available for Houston. We pay for this list each month, foreclosehouston.com. All I did is I just copied and pasted all of this data. So just like Command A, and there we go. Everything is highlighted. And I went into our property comps section here in our AI tool. We got a whole bunch of different sections. Use property comps. And I said, I got a huge list of properties headed to the tax sale Harris County. I have a budget of 50 grand, and I'm looking for the top 10 properties that are available on this list that would be good deals. Then run market research, comps, and give me advice. And as you can see, I just copied and pasted everything. It's able to sort through this. And then from there, this is pretty nifty once we get to the end. Okay, so it is shortlisting to the top 10 properties under 50 grand. And so here's the short list. So it gives us 10. Then we've got the assessed value. And then what it does is it proceeds to give us comps. And I also ask it to give me a potential rehab budget. So here is the first property from the shortlisted, the short list of 10. And so it's 8144 Montridge Drive. And so we've got Bed Bath. We got a couple of different websites here, Redfin, Zillow, Realtor, Har, and then a neighborhood market overview. So we can see that there's actually been a 32% year-over-year increase. So it even admits, though that figure seems a bit skewed, likely higher in homes, but then Realtor.com does affirm the ARV price. And then here are some quick comp estimates, which is pretty sweet. And that gives us a sense of the range nearby. So 3 comps recently, and then gives us a quick rehab budget estimate. So total estimated rehab 70 to 100 grand, breaking it down like that. And then a preliminary analysis summary. And so purchase price, so the tax sale open bid is 29 grand, ARV 480 to 500, invested capital roughly 100K with purchase and rehab, and then potential upside 400K gross spread. So then it's, before it moves on and does the rest, it asks me, do I like this? Do you want to tailor it at all? And I say, just do 9 more. And so there we go. It's got property 2, the minimum bid. And so all of the minimum bids are below, whatever budget I set for it. So if your budget is 10K, it's going to go ahead and go through this and then find any properties that are, 10K open bid or less, and then shortlist it to the best, and then look at the neighborhood area, give you comps, estimated ARV, repair budget, rehab budget, and then profitability, of course, summary. And then before it moved on, it just wants, do you want any adjustments? And I can make some changes. But yeah, that's how it's able to shortlist this huge list.
It's crazy.
This before would have taken so long. You would have to go through it one by one. Like what he just did here would be 4 or 5 hours of work before, at least.
A lot of work. Yeah. I mean, just to do comps would take a long time for sure.
So we just did 4 to 5 hours of work with you guys using AI in such a short time. So anybody can use like the free Chat GPT. We customized it in the back end for us, like when we go to auctions, to be able to do this stuff quickly on the fly. So when it comes to AI, you know, everybody should have a base ChatGPT. And then we built this for ourselves for going to auctions and things like that to save us time. So if anybody wants us to build one of these, we do also do that, right? So when people are like, wait a minute, what's your agenda here? You know, teaching all this stuff. And I'm transparent, you know, we try to be good people, but we also have a business. This is a business for us. You know, we build people custom AIs. But we also show you how to use AI for free. So if you guys want one of these built for you, you can schedule a free call below and we can see if we can help you get one built. If you don't want to schedule a call, you can go to ChatGPT and just ask it how to build one for yourself. But there's a link in the description below with that. So Josh, maybe a little more on how we're using AI. And if you guys like this, do us a favor, hit the thumbs up, and let's continue the party.
Yeah. So I mean, the other option, or the other way that we use it quite often, is actually reviewing a court record, for instance. So I've actually got a ton of court records from auctions. Here we go. And same thing with the YouTube algorithm. This is all public information. This was available. This is a court record for a property in Philadelphia. And so this is kind of the gold of a tax deed property. And so there's a lot of information in here. If I just scroll down to the bottom, you know, it's like, whoa, I'm getting a lot of stuff. And so what is this? You know, what am I looking at? You know, to have someone understand this is going to require a lot of training, education, taking words, Googling, find out what they mean. And so, you know, if we just take this and let's go ahead and kind of set it up here. I've got let's see. I'm looking at a court record in Philadelphia for a sheriff's sale. I'm not sure what I'm looking at. Please walk me through this and also identify any red flags for the tax sale. Advise me as if you're a real estate attorney.
I think there's one of those in there, isn't there, Josh? Isn't there a real estate attorney on the side?
Yeah, let's get in there. Legal, right?
Yeah, lawyer, yeah.
And so I'm going to take it and I'm just going to upload it. Now, sometimes these go in easily. Other times we've got to force something called OCR, which it just means it can't recognize the text from the PDF. And so if you get that error, you can always go ahead and do the force OCR. If you just type in Google force OCR. And so for myself, it took a very long time to be able to understand this. And so this cuts it down for sure. So it is thinking longer for a better answer. I want to try to speed it up. Yeah, so it's trying to protect us there, ensuring accuracy for legal information, breaking down the document. So it is reading through it right now. It's gathering information. It's also looking at the tax sale rules in Philadelphia, and then also clarifying redemption periods, verifying.
Josh, as that goes, maybe we'll hit some of these questions for the good folks here. How do hybrid states like New York work? A hybrid state is literally just a state that does both tax liens and tax deeds. So you just need to find out, is the county a tax lien or a tax deed? And then from there, get the instructions. Let's see. Dale's saying curious, tested between GPT and Copilot. We've not. We've kind of been GPT from the beginning. I just looked this up, and Barron Trump being taller than Corey, he is not. He's coming in at 6 at a very short 6'9".
That's right.
Corey would still tower above Barron. So who's the real Barron? Let's see here. First time live from Arizona. Nice. Arizona is a tax lien state. Lots of good options in Arizona. Thousands and thousands of tax liens and thousands sitting over the counter. Let's see. How often do you focus on 6 to 12 month redemption periods compared to 24 months or more? So Dale, this is a good one because remember, in tax deed states, generally there's no redemption. Texas is 6 months and Georgia is 1 year, but you can have access to the property that day and be on your way. So 24-month redemption would probably be a tax lien state if you're in the game there. Any examples for New York State? Not today, but we will add that here coming up. So make sure to tune into the next one and we'll dive into some New York here for you. Let's see. How do you actually buy a lien from a list? So we did a good deep dive on that. I think it was last week. But once again, the easiest way to do it is below in the description is the tax lien directory. So whatever state you're in, you can get the directory. Maybe you're in Illinois, maybe you're in Ogle, Illinois. Get the phone number, get the website, go there. And then from there, you can request the specific instructions on how to get that tax lien list. And remember, our goal here is to really teach you how to fish. And that's what these videos do. There's 3,500 of these videos. Tax Lien School and the Tax Lien School Knowledge Vault is here to help you guys through this every step of the way. So there's that. And if you just want to talk to somebody and get some help, you can get some one-on-one help by scheduling a call below for free, and we can maybe take you by the hand. Let's see. When we're looking at the spreadsheet, I think we passed that one, so maybe we can come back to it. Let's see. Yes, we are at the AI software. We're showing that now. Let's see. Do you know anything about financing a blighted property? Josh, have we done anything like that?
No, I wonder if they're talking about, is that 6 units? Yeah, I mean, you'd probably need to get some kind of hard money loan. And there's companies like Lima One that do that, that specialize in that. But yeah, just some kind of hard money loan would be probably the only option. But yeah, it can be tough. You may need to get your credit up sometimes, but it really depends on the deal and the arrangement. But yeah, check out something like Lima One Capital. They specialize in stuff like that.
Excellent. Let's see here. The next question is Indiana. Indiana's a great spot if you have $1,000. Plenty of our subscribers and members tune in from Indiana. They have lots of sales. Josh, we've even been to those sales too, haven't we?
Yeah, they've got a lot of good stuff going on. Is there a question about like if it's good or
$1,000?
Oh, yeah.
Wondering, yeah.
That's a good place.
Call the counties in Indiana. Once again, you can get the directory here. We have all the phone numbers. So just look it up, go through them, get the date of the auction, and you'll be in good shape there. All right, Josh, it looks like the AI has done its thinking.
Yeah. So this thought for about 2 minutes and 8 seconds. And so what it did is it went through, and if you're just tuning in, we're looking at a court record for a Philadelphia sheriff sale, tax sale. And what it kind of talks about what you're looking at in this plain English walkthrough. So it breaks everything down piece by piece, and then talks about the rules in Pennsylvania and Philadelphia that you should know, and then talks about red flags in this file. So there's a good chunk of red flags. And then from there, it evaluates, is this a good deal? Just says the file carries above average risk for a small row lot because of likely occupancy, federal naming in there as well. So if you got it for a heavy discount potentially, then it gives us a action plan before bidding. So 6 different steps. And then bottom line, risk profile here, it's elevated for a tax sale, possible occupancy, federal redemption overlay, and title description defects. Oh yeah, that's right. So this was pretty cool. Right, here we go. So the tax information certificate warns the legal description in recent deeds is defective and references 3-foot alley easements. So super helpful that it just identifies all of these things. And then from there it gives us advice as to, is this a good deal? And then 6 action steps to take prior to bidding. And then bottom line, so it's a good deal only if your max bid reflects those risks, you're prepared to hold through redemption periods, and have funds for a title survey cure. Otherwise, I target a cleaner Philly tax file.
Very cool.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, like this stuff used to take so long, before you'd have to sometimes hire a virtual assistant, spend hours. And the cool thing with AI is it really makes this business accessible for people who want to take action. And you can still go old school, but if you're using AI, it's some amazing horsepower to do that with. Lori's saying, are there still spots for Texas next month? I think we have a couple spots left. But for anybody who maybe you want to just come with us to one of these auctions, there's a link below. You can schedule a call and we can see if there are spots or if it's a fit, and you can come and we can help you even buy in person. Let's see. Saying here, for example, called St. Lucie County. They said the liens don't grant you deed after 2 years. They go to a deed sale. So remember, some counties, specifically Florida, they do both a lien and a deed sale. In most tax lien states, after 2 or 3 years, you can foreclose and take the property. However, Florida's a bit greedy. They don't do that. They roll it over to a tax deed sale, and then the proceeds of the tax deed pay out the tax lien. Let's see. Just joined a newbie. Is there a website you can look for every tax deed property state? Yeah. So that is our Tax Lien School state, or taxlienschool.com. We have all of the states there and all of the counties, and as well in these directories is all of the contact information of all of the deeds. This is for free in the description below is the name of the game. Let's see. Over-the-counter deals. Where can I buy them and how fast can I look for a buyer? Where can you buy them? So the tax deed states, one of the best things you can do is get on the phone and call the tax deed counties and ask them what they have for inventory. We just showed you guys here some today that are some great options. We recorded a video last week, top 3 locations on the channel. If you guys want to check that out, we have a bunch of videos. If you just type or go search, scroll through the channel, you guys will see a whole bunch of videos. So it's been a great show today, ladies and gentlemen. We appreciate everybody tuning in, all of the great questions. And it is now the most important time of this entire live stream. So a couple actions to take. You can go through and watch from the beginning and follow along, which is great. You can get the directory and start calling the counties in your state to see what they have left over and get the list for yourself and find your own pond to fish out of. This is in the description. You can call them up there. You can go down to your local county office and pull the list. There are many, many options. The most important thing right now is for you to take action. The biggest mistake will be ending this day without any action towards your goal, because you can see how AI is supercharging this. It used to be, sure, maybe if you didn't take action, you could come back a year later. But for every one person who's using AI now on this, you have the power of hundreds of people within minutes working for you. So this is going to be a golden age of tax lien and deed investing for the people who are taking action, pursuing it, and using AI. It really is a bit of a gold rush time right now, in my opinion, because still not a lot of people are using AI to make money with hard assets like real estate, like we are. So that's another option. So we just want you to leave here right now and take action, whether it's finding a county that you like, or if you want some one-on-one hand-holding, we can do that as well. I always tell the story about how at my very first auction, I met a guy there who I ran into at the real estate seminar where I learned about this. And at the real estate auction, or the tax deed auction, I was so scared to bid. He literally grabbed my hand and lifted it up and said, "Bid on this. It's a good deal." And that changed my life forever. It was 42 acres. I bought it for $4,200. It was worth 40 grand. Sold it for 20, made $15,000. And if it weren't for that one moment and for him in the moment, like forcing me to do it, I may have never have done a deal. So if you guys feel like you want some of that hand holding, or maybe us to be there with you at an auction to just hold your hand up, we can do that. We can find you an auction, or you can come join us at an auction. We'll find properties based on your budget as well. If you want us to build your AI for you, we can do that. So we do 2 things. We give away everything for anybody who wants to take all the books and just go do it on their own. But if you want some hand-holding help, you can schedule a free call and we can see if we can help you as well. And that is a second business for us on top of the real estate, for all transparency. So if you like this, guys, hit the thumbs up. We appreciate everybody being here, and we'll be back on Thursday at 1 o'clock. Keep an eye out for some videos. Thanks for tuning in. Corey, Josh, we shall sign off and see these guys soon.
All right. See you.
Ciao.
See you guys.
Ciao.